Okay, this question is from Football is Key, whose question is, how do I play better with my back to goal? You're saying that your coach wants you to play striker and that you've played as a winger and you're not sure what to do. See, it's funny because you pose this question and I don't even think, like, when I think of the years I've played striker, which has been like 25, I don't think of it with like, I don't have memories of playing with my back to goal, right? Being a striker, right? So your question is, how do I improve as a playing with my back to goal? But you're really asking us, how do I become a more effective striker? And the way you become a more effective striker is you want to develop a deeper awareness on the field. And the way you develop a deeper awareness is by improving your dribbling and your juggling. And why that is because the better that you can dribble and juggle, the better you can connect with your teammates while advancing up the field. And the more you develop your juggling, it's going to improve your passing and your shooting. So those are the things you really want to do, right? Because your back's only going to be to goal as much as you want it to be, but your recognition, right? Your recognition of time and space in relation to where the ball is will improve as you play more and as you get more touches on the ball. In theory, you'll develop a deeper understanding of where you should move on the field, right? You also want to be aware of where the last defender is, right? Because if you can hang out in the space, right, you kind of want to be playing peekaboo and make it hard for the defender. You kind of want to be out of his field of vision, right? Because you want to dance in between defenders when you don't have the ball, because you want to make it, they don't know who's supposed to mark you. Assuming that they're playing a zone, assuming that you're not being marked specifically, which you shouldn't be, right? The only times I've ever been marked specifically was in playoff games. In high school it happened one time, and then maybe one other time, but not a lot. So basically, I think this advice will apply to you, is that what you want to do is hang out in the spaces behind and in between defenders. And when you're doing that, it's because you want to be kind of like, seeing where the ball is developing, and you're making it difficult for defenders to see you, which will make it harder for you to mark. And you want to get the first jump, right? Let's say there's a 50-50, or your team's connecting passes. You kind of want to have the good vision of the ball and be able to anticipate where your team's gonna bring it and be there before your defender. So I like to dance in and out of defenders behind their line of vision while also not being offside. So as you play more striker, it's going to be easier. And I may be overcomplicating it, but I think a good principle to understand is don't be able to stay out of the vision of your defenders so that you can have a free run, and you want to see where they are and make it hard so that it's hard to mark you. In terms of what you can do as a striker, right, depending on how good your coach is, if he gives you a formation, right, that's a stagnant, right, that's a stationary position, right, how you start the game. But if you have a very good coach, he'll show you what your formation should be, what it looks like approximately when you're attacking, and what he wants you to do when you're defending. Because if you have an understanding of where you're supposed to be approximately attacking and defending, then it's, then it can be more fun, because defending with a team is easier if your team has a good understanding of where they're supposed to be, and that's going to make your job easier. But in terms of things that you can do every day to improve your games as striker, right? You want to be able to 1v1, you want to get someone off the dribble. You want to be able to defeat defenders. Well, it depends. Are you someone? You have to ask yourself, did I have success as a winger with my speed? Did I have it with my skill? Do I have it with power? So your strength. Can you shield the ball well? You kind of have to understand where your success was as a striker or as a winger, and bring that with you as a striker. So if you're fast, I would improve my speed more, and then improve juggling and dribbling. If you're a skilled player, then you want to improve, do more ball work, and so you get very good with your 1v1 and 1v1 dribbling, right? And you kind of want to double down on your strengths so that you have a competitive advantage. Whatever reason, some things come easier to you than others, and you want to, if you're a pitcher and you got a great fastball, you got to work on that fastball, and then also develop a curve, or develop the thing that'll juxtapose, right, like a fastball and then a slider, or a fastball and a curveball. So something that can elevate, not only that can combine and elevate with your fastball, right? So if you're fast, you want to get faster, and then you want to develop dribbling. Or if you're going on the dribble, maybe you want to develop your strength so that you can it's easier to turn defenders. So just some things to think about. I think it was the old Ronaldo who could beat players either with his strength, right? He could shield them off the ball and turn them. He was very skillful, so he could beat them 1v1 with skill, or he was fast, right? So if you were better defending 1v1, he'd just blow right by you. So those are some 3 different things to think about in terms of being a more effective striker, which is really your question, right? Because your back doesn't matter where your back is to the goal, because you could, if you turn your body just a little bit, now and the goal is now at your side. So it kind of just depends how you have your body, and your awareness of where the ball is on the field, and just it's almost a subtlety. So I wouldn't focus on that. Or you want to focus on what you can control every day with your daily habits and routines. If you haven't already done so, I would check out How to Breathe by Dr. Vranich. And I'm only suggesting this because this is something that I wish I knew 20 years ago, right? How to breathe. You breathe how many thousands of times a day. Super helpful in terms of what it's done for me. It's changed my life. Check that out, Dr. Vranich, Vranich, How to Breathe. The second thing, right? Effortless, smart training. Two ideas on that. Bring a tennis ball with you everywhere you go, and just make it perpetual, make it fun. Sneak touches in everywhere. Vacation, work, school, church, groceries, temple, wherever. I don't care if you're in prison, you could still be getting touches if they allow you a tennis ball in there. So, right, you have to have a mindset, right? I think the best players don't really think about training. They just have a joy. They're joyful in the practice, and I think that's the attitude you have to develop. So if you have some free time and you get to school early, or you get to practice early, you're just getting touches always, perpetually. Get constantly training. Muhammad Ali, he trained 6 days a week, all day, whether it be shadow boxing, speed bag, heavy bag, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever. So it's something to keep in mind. The second thing, if you aren't using a skills kick trainer, right? A skills kick trainer, SKLZ, solo kick trainer on Amazon for $24, man, it's probably one of the most underrated soccer training tools out there, right? Because it's so cheap, but it's effective because it acts, right? Some players don't have access to a big wall that's safe for them to, pass with and juggle with and shoot on. Some players don't have the resources or can't be lugging a rebounder with them everywhere they go. I brought a ball on a rope. My skills kick trainer, I tell the story, I brought it to France, and walking around the streets of Paris, I must have got close to 4,000 touches in a few hours of walking around. And I did it. It was effortless. Effortless training is the way to go because you're just breathing, you're relaxed, and you're just looking at stuff while you're getting a lot of touches. It's fun. You could listen to it while you're playing, kick it while you're playing music, kick it while you're watching a soccer game on TV, or just, I bring it everywhere I go. Have it on me right now. I'm in a hotel room in Charleston, and it's on me. So that'd be another thing I'd invest in. Right. Something else that I wish I had invested in is a 1 kilogram medicine ball, a 2.2 pound medicine ball, also off Amazon, $30. It's going to improve your juggling power. And when you improve power and precision, it's going to sharpen your touch, make you more dangerous on the field. It's going to make a size 5 feel like a balloon. But I'm looking back on 27 years of playing soccer. It's easy for me to say, oh, buy this, because it's going to make you such a better player. But it's been a slow accumulation of knowledge and tools. So I don't think just buying tools aimlessly is going to help you improve. You kind of have to build this habit of spending, if you don't already have a daily training routine, building your habits up, even 1 minute a day training. You're consistent in your habit of daily training, and then you want to increase your intensity and volume. But until then, you want to invest in the cheapest tools available, and because those can be the most beneficial. I mean, a tennis ball, that's easy to acquire. You can just order one online, or you might have one lying around your house. There's this phrase that goes, there's diamonds in your backyard or diamonds in your house, right? There's maybe whatever unused balls or tools or dog toys you have, throw a bag together or throw a bin together, a juggling bin, something that you could juggle to, and or clean out an area, mow your lawn, just make your backyard conducive to playing. If you got a big wall, you got to think about things that are very close by to either where you live or your school or your work that make it easy and fun to train. Maybe there's players who always go somewhere, or maybe you have a gym on the way to your house or on the way to work or school. So maybe there's a Pilates studio. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best players of our generation, right, does Pilates. Maybe there's a gymnastics studio, or maybe there's kickboxing or taekwondo, or maybe there's a tai chi master around. So, or you have to be aware of your location and how you can improve your game in very fun, low effort ways, right? Venus and Serena Williams, their dad got them access to the tennis courts, and they started spending a lot of time there, and then they're introduced to players, and they were able to improve their game because they dedicated themselves, spent a lot of time there, but also because there was they were dancing with ideas and the trainers and the people who help them elevate their game. So you want to, if possible, shape your environment to where you're getting into conversations with people who are going to help you train better, train smarter, have more fun training, right? Just be around soccer minds. So I think those are just some fun things to think about. And right, mindset is key. Muhammad Ali was great, not because he was super dedicated to training, but also because he reached out to the best trainers and coaches he could find. So it was this curiosity and humble attitude of, to become the greatest of all time, you need great coaches and you need great people around you. So he was always curious, always learning, was always asking other boxers who were older than him, who had better training, who were more precise, what can I do to improve? So you want to take that attitude with you. If you're playing against someone, or you're playing against someone, they score 3 goals, or there's a player who does something, you gotta develop the habit to ask, my man, how did you learn, or how did you learn to do this, or show me what you're very fast, or you have a great shot, how did you develop that? And that curiosity mindset and humbleness to ask those genuine questions, that will take you much farther, because now you're going to improve your trajectory of learning. And I think that's a key skill. And also think of, you could take a step back and say, okay, I had some success as a winger. Just think of learning the position of striker, right? You're just learning different positions, so being able to be adaptable, I think that's a useful skill. And being someone mentioned something before about how if you can be a good striker, then maybe spending some time playing defense can help you become a striker. And I think there's some truth to that, but you kind of want to just have fun with it and keep on learning every day. So reach out with any questions, and thank you for your time. All right.